Usual. Powell leading him with 16, leaves that one short. Jovanovic, the rebound. Here comes Jacobs. He looks spry right out of the box.
Nice.
Marchetti, the no-look shovel to Jovanovic. Damage at the rim.
That have been much more emphatic about other guys winning that award.
How about the bounce pass from Jacobs inside to Clark? Couldn't finish, but Jovanovic clean.
Zone, Kevin. I was thinking, how am I going to get the ball next? to keep myself in the zone.
Here's Jacobs now. Two-man play to Jovanovic. And he's forced to fade. Nice adjustment in the air.
Like that.
Coming for Isaac Hamilton. He has 21.
He's got it going today. I love watching performances like this, especially in the postseason.
Jovanovic grabs a loose ball and laid it in. Reinhardt will step back in for USC. First team foul on the Bruins. 16:27 remaining. Second half. Jovanovic into the lane. Boy, that was a power move off the window. The other way. Scoots to the glass. Laid it in.
Everything working.
There's a backward roll off the floor. Pops up and heads the other way.
Giving the ball boys a lot of work down there.
33. Jovanovic the post up and the bucket. He is fouled by Parker. Over there near their bench as he checks out of the lineup with Bryce Alford. Hamilton, 36 points. Just shattered his individual mark at 21 previously. His career high. Jovanovic goes back to work, turning into the lane to lay it home. Jacobs, defense holder, whirling into the lane. Jacobs stands his ground and comes up with a stop. Ball loose. Jacobs comes up with it. Will he hurry it down the floor? He'll bounce to Jovanovic into the lane, laid it up and in.
Anyway, this is the team of the future in the conference. And this is one of those players that gives them so much reason to believe.
Dominate the glass.
Who's been the best player in this game?
Tony Parker. He's got 12 points, 5 of 6 on the floor.
And he didn't get anything for that play right there that he made. So you can just take that stat and put it with the for Powell. But Kansas is better than West Virginia by a long shot. Oklahoma is ranked a beautiful play, Nicola.
Tony Parker had 15 points in the first half, 5 of 7 from the floor, 13 points, excuse me. Alford was 5 of 6, 15 points, 3 of 3 from 3.
Excellent.
Free throw for Malik Martin is only 34% foul shooter on the year.
34%?
You heard me correct. Yeah, that's not good.
Thank you. Astute. What a great crowd here tonight at Pauley Pavilion. These folks are fired up. I'm just waiting for that day where that next great player is going to show up here.
Jacobs to Jovanovic, and good job keeping that pivot. They had 11 wins all of last year. 3-15 in conference play, and they will be the 12 seed, and they'll play likely Stanford in the Pac-12 tournament next week with Stanford on the bubble. UCLA.
Pick and pop, steps out to that corner.
He's got 4 points and 4 boards. Back to a 5-point contest. Jovanovic able to get to that far block. A little lefty jump hook. Well done, Nikola Jovanovic.
Finish there. It's a great job catching it. Probably should have just came down with it. Andrews out of control, turns it back over.
Martin, Jovanovic, and they get the dunk anyway. Digits on the timer. Elijah Stewart rocks into a 3. Jovanovic collects and scores.
He did a great.
Winters. So a new career high for Quevin Winters, 13 points. Doing it mostly from the three-point line. There's the lob, Jovanovic finishing.
That's a C. You still got to guard. There's way too much time left. With the 3 balls, helps if you answer on the other end.
Play a box and one.
Yeah. Well, but you would just hope that your players would understand that you can't let him get going, number one. Well, it's too late for that. Or that you would allow him to get any space. He's got to be a priority for your defense, whether you're playing man or zone.
Yeah, you got to run him off the 3, make him put it on the floor, which he is not that comfortable in doing. Jovanovic with a turnaround.
Got even more into this league.
Washington State 11-15, 5-9 in conference, 3 empty trips to give USC an opportunity to get back in. Set play down inside for Jovanovic. Nice footwork, and rebound comes right back to him. That 3 also missed, and good job by Julian Jacobs the point guard battling on the boards and tipped it that time to Martin.
There's no pulling it back for Washington State. They are full go offensively.
Good look down inside. Very, very.
First points.
Blake's not a great three-point shooter, just right at 30%, but he can score. And so he's got to have a little bit of balance to his offensive game. You see it there.
Jovanovic. Well, that's... Wow, right there is the follow. And an early foul on Darian Clark of USC. So Arizona, which last weekend swept the Washington schools and did so with their best inside game all season long, they start tonight on the very first possession the same way.
And look at the outstanding defensive effort off the ball by Stanley Johnson.
Jovanovic forced to fade and still hits it over Tarczewski.
That's on a bunch of high school guys playing together. Ted, things have changed.
Well, that's the big, in the Bay Area, NorCal, that's the big AAU team. Nicola.
He ran the trolley system in San Francisco, and now Bennett is in the solar world. He's moving down to Dallas. Solar energy, the biggest no-brainer in the history of the world. Nicola.
Yeah. Well, one thing about this nice save there, Elijah Stewart did well to stick with that.
Look at how hard the Wildcats are playing on every possession. It's the best.
Dolan's ninth appearance of the season, and he's making plays like that.
Hey, by this point in the season, if you're a walk-on, you're not a walk-on anymore. If you're getting some burn out on the court, the walk-on thing's over. You're a player now, and you're expected to go out there if you're given minutes and help the team win games.
Well, Don, couldn't the same be said then of the freshmen and sophomores that we've made so much of for USC? Aren't they grown up by now, too?
Should be.
Jovanovic, one of them.
I didn't realize how much backdoor and how much read and react their offense is, but Peyton does a great job of getting behind the defense. You're a numbers guy, JB. Has a guy ever won a Player of the Year award in a conference and not average double figure?
Jovanovic, not by a long shot. Jacobs pushing tempo. Threw it over to Jovanovic. One big power dribble. Now turns left shoulder.
Beach Poly High School.
I see. It's coming together.
Well, if you would just listen instead of interrupt all the time, please. It all rolls into one.
Did Willie Brown have any comments about your Smedium T-shirt?
What's Smedium?
That's like between a small and a medium.
It's a new word. I think it's in the library for that one.
Jovanovic inside, and he's finally
just has to anticipate what's going on there. Snoop Dogg. Oh,
Benjamin
please.
can't put it in. And he's upset with himself. Had two chances right at the rim. And now Reinhardt with USC trying to get back to single figures. If they can get it to 6 or 7 by halftime, Jovanovic, good job to ward off Jordan.
Shining the light.
Oregon by 13. Another miss in the paint by Jacobs. Here's McLaughlin on the cleanup. Got it back, and nice pass and a three-point chance for Jovanovic. That's a heads-up play. Basket by Dylan Brooks.
I used to wear a watch. I wore the same watch for 20-plus years, and then I lost it in a bicycle crash.
Oh. Bounce pass to Jovanovic.
Finally, consecutive baskets by the truck.
Pointer is good, and it's a 13-point lead.
So USC has been completely transformed, and all the buildings of the Pac-12 around the conference are just spectacular. Throw it down one time, Nicola.
Rotation, Nastich being more aggressive, posting up. And quickly, USC counters. Anthony Brown, too strong. And the rebound, Malik Martin, the freshman. Brown's been very quiet. He's another guy who can get you 20 in a hurry. Only 6 shot attempts for him, actually 8 shot attempts. Jovanovic inside. Foul. And the officials have been consistent tonight the way they called that offensive foul. Jovanovic inside. 2-point game.
Today, Oregon's really coming on. They got one of the best scorers in the country, Joseph Young, and Jordan Bell, their freshman, is really coming on, being a defensive force for them. I like Oregon.
Jovanovic spinning down, left hand high off the glass. Goes out. Outlet pass to Wallace. It's picked off by Clark. 3-on-3. McLaughlin in with the trees. Gives it up. Left hand off the glass. Reinhardt gives it up. Jovanovic. McLaughlin, nice skip pass. Jovanovic, the flush with two hands.
They've got to step up, rebound, and run. Kyle Kuzma from deep. And a strong rebound by Jovanovic for USC. McLaughlin looks to attack. Jovanovic to the basket.
Booker coming back home. It's a little bit of a homecoming for him his senior year. But Colorado 0-6 on the road this year. They've got to find out a way or winning formula on the road.
And we'll see if they can do it tonight as USC wins a tip in their home whites. And here we go. Young team, this USC squad. Jovanovic is their leading scorer. Nice touch out of Serbia.
Yeah.
He's got 14 consecutive games showing in double digits. He's been a pretty consistent player.
Well, we saw that first move of the ball game wasn't bad at all.
No, he's got another one. Oh, how about that?
Footwork. I'm already impressed. Trying to figure out how to win, and you're not going to win on the road if you turn it over.
Become mental after a while.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have that home crowd there to pump you up. They're not going to give you any energy. You have to find your own. And you see, I mean, you're talking about the guy right now who's brought a lot of aggression to the ball game, has to go to the bench. Somebody else has got to pick up the slack.
Jovanovic taking it all the way, and a good move. Close. He's from here. A ton of people here tonight.
Yeah.
He said he used to play here all the time, and I said, well, how so? His brother, who played basketball in college as well, was best friends with Nick Young. Jovanovic with another night. The foul on Wesley Gordon, who's their leading rebounder, and he's got 3 personals now. Staying in the game is number 1. Good luck. Jovanovic finishes.
In front of me, you know, obviously a lot different skill set, different skill level at the next level, and I had a tough time staying in front of offensive players.
History shows us you figured it out, though, by the way.
Yeah, I did. Took me a while. Or I was just hitting on the defensive end. Either one, take your pick.
I don't think it was that. Jovanovic inside, and USC needed that.
See if you can pick up that loose ball. See how that affects him coming down this last 5.5 minutes.
Here's USC. Looking to cut into this 6-point deficit. Jovanovic working on Miller. Nice.
That's a strong. Well, Frenchmen aren't particularly good at that task, but you have Reinhardt, who's a transfer. He's played in big games before, and the way he's shooting the ball right now, figure he might get a look at it.
Jovanovic ties it up. Here's Clark. Looking, going to take it himself against a double. Jovanovic, the board. Put back and one! It's Tory Miller, the freshman.
I used that big body well all night long.
Jovanovic partially blocked, but he still gets it to fall.
Jacobs underneath, beautiful pass for USC. You've lost 5 of 6, 3 straight. Lost earlier in the week at Oregon, and you fought all the way back and got it tied at 61. And that, oh, here we go again mentality can creep up on a young player. Jovanovic finds a little space. And
otherwise, that would have been USC's rebound.
Trojans hit the first shot of the second half. GA step back, short. Clark there to rebound. Jovanovic rolls another one in. Underneath, all sorts of hands. Clark went up and got it.
How about the convergence on the defensive end?
4 black shirts around. And Jovanovic.
Reinhardt, tough pass. Martin made a nice catch. Couldn't recover. Ball tipped. Reinhardt, nice pass inside of Jovanovic, laid it home.
They're out of sequence, not very good spacing.
Reinhardt, they set up to Jovanovic, but look at Bell recover. Jovanovic, the high 7%er, 917 on the year overall, 87 in conference. Nearly automatic. Marchetti by Jovanovic.
There you go. That's 2 now, maybe.
The Motel 6 sixth man of the game. Abdul Bassett from Anchorage, Alaska.
Ooh, nice little
by Tony Parker. And don't ever go away from that move, Tony.
Here's McLaughlin. They have Isaac Hamilton defending him. We'll also see Powell on him some. Darian Clark has checked in for USC. Here's Jovanovic, who's a really good player. This is a on ESPN. Meanwhile, the Bruins with a 5-point lead over USC. They have 10 points. USC has 10 points off of 7 UCLA turnovers. That's kept the Trojans in the game as the Bruins are dominating the glass. They are plus 12 in the first 13 minutes. 3-point chance for Nikola Jovanovic.
Pounding it inside. Tony Parker was magnificent early on. He hasn't sniffed the ball in literally 10 minutes.
To give USC some credit, their defense has been much better here since about the 11-minute mark in the first half.
You got to work your guys. Have you ever read Tom Wolf's A Man in Full?
Martin got it rejected by Parker. There's Jovanovic there to clean it up inside. Slaps it off the window. Tony Parker now with 8 points. He's made all 4 of his attempts.
Was that a rebound or a pass?
That was a rebound.
Nice pass there.
Jovanovic goes to the left hand and sticks it in. Done with the Pac-12 tournament in Vegas. We get 2 more months of me here, pal.
Why wait?
Here's Looney. Rebounded by Jacobs.
Beautiful pass.
And Jovanovic with the dunk.
Every game that Fred Hoiberg coaches is a big primetime game. That guy is phenomenal. And anytime Sam Berry was the coach, or not Chuck Berry, but Sam Berry. Oh, my goodness gracious. When Bryce Alford jumps to pass him.
Great look. Jovanovic with the jam. Terrific pass.
Laughlin, who missed the last couple of games with a shoulder injury, hurt it in their Pac-12 opener. As Jovanovic hits it in the lane. Marcus Allen attacks.
Marcus Allen normally in the game for his defense, but tonight, 2 quick baskets for the Cardinals.
Nice pass by Julian Jacobs, a reverse lay-in for Nikola Jovanovic. Malik Martin, 3 fouls. Nikola Jovanovic also some foul difficulty for USC. He has 2, not 3. Has counted and 1. And there is Jovanovic. Loose ball inside. Stanford visits Cal on Wednesday night, a game right here on ESPNU. It'll be 8 o'clock in Berkeley as Stanford will travel across the bay while USC will host UCLA in a game on ESPN2 coming up Wednesday night. Jovanovic to the basket.
Kravish with a little jump hook in the lane.
And Kravish is the kind of guy that Conzo Martins wants to see more from. He should be a 15-10 guy. He's got the skill set, just needs to toughen up.
Kravish, last time out, became the first player in Cal history to reach the plateaus of 1,000 points and 200 block shots. Got his 200th block the other day. Jovanovic with the reverse 5 turnovers for Cal. Jacobs can't hit. And Jovanovic with the putback. 4 just announced by the NCAA yesterday.
You know, and some people were saying that, oh, they shouldn't do that. That's another benefit. And I'm like, well, think about how many games these people try to pay to go to. You add another game with the playoff system, which we all love. I love the new playoff system.
Can't get it to go. Wallace already has been named the Pac-12 Player of the Week twice.
He shoots a strange flat-footed foul shot. I don't understand how you could shoot with rhythm and stay flat-footed.
Well, he's only 61% from the line. Maybe that's the reason he's only 61%.
It's
what kind of free throw shooter were you?
That's one of the reasons. That was a good free throw shooter. I valued points.
Well, so Wallace values points. More to it than valuing points. You're going
to have to convince me of that. If you shoot.
Reinhardt fires. Clark gets the rebound, then bullet pass inside Jovanovic with his third basket of the night.
That's a great high-low. No ball pressure leads to an easy pass over top of the defense and a layup for Kravish. You know, for Cal, I think you got to be careful with the zone, though. You're down 12 points. You know, SC's done a good job getting the ball into the high post of the zone. They've picked this thing apart. Great interior passing. Leads to another opportunity, another layup. It's one of those ones where if you're not going to hedge on that screen on the shooter, you've got to send that man protecting the ball at least out to get a little bit of help to discourage that shot.
13 for Matthews. Cal still in the 2-3 zone. And USC does a good job of getting it down low again.
Turn that corner.
Fourth foul on Wallace. Reinhardt gets it across to Jacobs. Down low, Jovanovic. Boy, they're not trying to work clock, but they do get to it. And now SC will work the clock up 12 with only 43 seconds left.
Surprised.
Cal's on
No
foul.
I mean,
Is this the white flag?
I mean, I guess it's the white flag, but you really want to establish, we talked about culture, you want to establish culture, you want to say, let's fight. Let's fight to the end. Give me 3 goggles now.
Freshman can get up with the best of them, and that's one where he laid it up right over the rim instead of slamming it home. That way you guarantee your basket despite the contact.
You put the size of Johnson on Stewart out on the wing. Jovanovic works methodically, jump stops, twist turns, nice post move.
Good move. Good defense from Booker, and we're getting another look at how much the loss of Jordan McLaughlin for USC hurts the Trojans. You're forcing guys like Jacobs to have to do things he hasn't done previously at this level.
Jovanovic dribble handoff above the top of the arc. He'll get it back from Jacobs. And another pass nearly intercepted. Spinning out of the corner, Reinhardt. Nifty pass. Jovanovic tees up weak side. He'll defend the ball. The pass to Thomas got there, but deflected away. Looked like Stewart had hands on it. Jacobs' pass is deflected, but grabbed by an over 3, and he knocks it down. That's a rather unlikely source for a three-point shot. He was just 1 of 7 from 3 coming into this game.
Dive roll up. Askia Booker dribbles off. The screeners dives down. And help defense takes him, and Thomas is wide open as he rolls up for the 3.
Why not? Good form, huh? 2 of 8 now for the year. Marchetti, Jovanovic in the paint. Martin knocks it down. Devin Pfluger in the lineup now. Dribbles to pressure, fades and misses. Rebound grabbed to the Washington. They had it go until they ran into Stony Brook in the state of New York.
Lorenzo Romar, Washington's coach, said that it was really uncharacteristic of his team as you see a nice
drive.
That's just too easy. It's a direct drive to the basket. It's tough to get help on that type of play when he catches the ball behind the three-point line and in one dribble is at the rim.
The Buffaloes took the intrigue out of this game immediately. They shot 59% in the first half. It took a 16-point lead to half at 43-27. USC playing without Jordan McLaughlin, their starting freshman point guard.
And here is Reyes with deep position. Muscle no. Stripped away, and USC comes out of there with it.
You know, that possession alone, you see a lot of what is Chris Reyes. He's not a big-time scorer, but a great energy effort guy. But getting those looks, he's got to finish.
And there is Nico. Loveridge got blocked on the corner 3, but Hurdle missed from up close. Here's Jovanovic. Nicely done there for Brandon Taylor. A 37% three-point shooter. 10th in Utah history in three-point field goals made, but USC
defensive team than most people think, but because they're so good offensively, that's what gets the attention. And, you know, with Kentucky and Virginia, there's nothing else you really have to say about those two teams on the defensive end, but both of them good enough offensively to be able to get it done as well.
The drop off that time as Jacob Tucker with his second made triple. A 10-2 run here for Utah over the last 2.5 plus.
We talked about Tucker averaging 15.5 points per game against USC, now at 8. And he's going to continue to be aggressive as this goes on. The kid from LA wants to make sure he puts on.
Jovanovic, the crowd wanted up. Foul charge to Elijah Stewart, his first. Baseline jumper off target from Steidl, who hit the three earlier. What a pass up the floor, Jovanovic. And how about the
time? But here's what players need to understand as he takes, another questionable shot, but Jovanovic clean wants Will heading into halftime.
Biggest lead for the Trojans at 17 points. Belhane's trying to split the deuce. Reinhardt to steal. Ahead of the field, Jovanovic, and look at the 6'11 forward. Closest Vermont has been since the 8-minute mark of the first half. McLaughlin, tough shot. Battle for the loose ball. Reinhardt takes underneath, double team. It's loose. Marchetti, what a find, Jovanovic. That gives
anything. He says we're mostly man, but had trouble guarding BC's explosive guards off the bounce.
Shot by Batten, no good. McLaughlin, good dump off inside. Jovanovic.
Yeah, that's when you go. You better know that when you go take a job. You better have a lot of years when you don't like the personnel that's in a program, or you don't feel it fits your style of play.
Batten saved the ball. He left holding what looked like his hamstring. Didn't play at the end of the half, but he is on the floor to begin the second half, and it looked like in warm-ups for the second half looked like he was moving pretty well.
Toughness guy. He didn't come here just to fool around. He's going to play unless he is injured.
Clark no good. Rebounded by Clifford. Stolen by McLaughlin. He goes around the taller but not as quick Heckman and leaves for Stewart. Jovanovic backs his way in and then hits the fade. Comes up the court wincing and holding his left knee. The no look pass to Jovanovic. He's got 10 seconds.
Part of the game, but right now BC's got to continue to drive that ball into the gaps, and there's a forced shot and a contested shot by Brown on the perimeter.
Stewart blocked the three-point attempt, and the big fella Jovanovic.
Averaging 14 on the season. 84% free throw shooter, 40% for behind the line.
Boy, Nicola way outside.
USC coaches were worried about multiple guys being able to hit threes.
Boy, come right.
They've been good here the first 4 minutes of this one.
Boy, Reinhardt's been aggressive, huh? Missed the shot. But a follow underneath. Jovanovic scores.
That's what you expect. Maybe this is a game that'll kickstart him, too. I told you the scouting report coming into USC is Jovanovic.
And here's SC with about 6 to go now. Jovanovic tripping his way through, and he scores.
Yeah, good early offensive end. We're starting to score every possession.
Toomey with a career-high night of 13.
Going above and beyond on the road of what you normally do.
McLaughlin, good touch. Jovanovic fouled, and he scores.
62. Should be a good one, Waddy. I mean, two teams kind of similar in the fact that they're inexperienced, have been up and down early. Should be a good one to watch.
And USC is coming off a 16-point victory over crosstown rival LMU. They had 4 players in double figures. They also hit 9 3-pointers.
Nice pass by Reinhardt. And Jovanovic has got
McLaughlin. Since he comes into the game, the ball finds his hands. It gets back to Jovanovic on the tip. UCLA is #1.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I knew USC had won it a bunch of years in a row, but I didn't know that UCLA was #1 in the country.
Turn around and
they start watching the body language of USC, see if they're still engaged in this game.
That was the 3rd foul on JoJo, so he goes to the Utah State bench, and Julian Perry comes back in. Marchetti played some good minutes in the first half. This is that group for SC. They got a little long. McLaughlin threw that ball at backhand off glass, and it went in.
Such a tough call.
Collette tip on the Moore miss. Jacobs cruises into the attacking third. This is where SC plays a little too much one-on-one on the perimeter. Once it gets back to McLaughlin, they seem to get into sequence.
Ball movement.
Yeah. See, nobody really sure what to do with it. Wow. McLaughlin throws it up. Rebound. Jovanovic, the putback off glass.
Busted play, so really no one's fault there. But again, it's just been all afternoon that Collette's been open in the paint.
He has 32 of their 76. We're still tied, 3.5. From the top, Jovanovic.
It's a team that's going to continue to get better. Isaac Hamilton sat out last year. Talked about Reinhardt and Clark, what they had to do, same thing for him. Playing some young guys, they're going to get better.
There's Jovanovic, just hit the three. Now takes Collette to... McLaughlin throws it up. Jacobs goes and gets it. He's a leaper, man. Perkins, well short. That's a big miss. 90 seconds to go.
Don't need it. Don't need it if you're USC.
Jacobs to Jovanovic.
But you'll take it.
You jump a little bit lower when you're taking your shots because you're jumping right out of my picture. There's a rebound right underneath by Jovanovic, and USC shot clock down. Hayes into the corner. Herman as that shot clock expired. And now McLaughlin, who leads USC in scoring. Good look, and Jovanovic banks it home. USC trying to get it inside again. They're loving Jovanovic underneath, and he's got to find the open man. Once again, 3 freshmen on the court for USC at one time. Good pass underneath, and Jovanovic. Now they've got a 3-on-1. And a block from behind. The putback going better from 3-point range than they are from the foul line and from whenever they try a 2-point shot.
That's unbelievable.
29% shooting twos. That ball almost turned over. Jovanovic keeps it alive. And underneath he gets...
Crowd wants to get excited. Jovanovic working on a jet. Goes left side and got it. Jacobs inbound. Down low, Jovanovic for the easy deuce.
In the first 6 minutes of the game, he was nowhere to be found.
Oh, and wow. He's nowhere to be found there.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. 4 homes so far. And the Pitt is a first road game. Nice little test for his squad.
If they can get one here, another slip.
Jovanovic and one.
He's out, or if Jacobs gets a rebound or Reinhardt gets a rebound, they can bring it and get USC into their offense. So gives Andy Enfield some flexibility with the ball handling duties.
They changed the call, saying not a shooting foul as Clark goes to work. Jovanovic goes up, gets the roll. This is Morgan over to Alex Harris. And he's short on a 3 in the rebound. Jovanovic and USC.
Morgan gave Harris the veteran move there. I'm not going to take that bad shot at the end of the clock. You got to get better player movement.
First points for Alex Harris. 1 point Trojans lead, approaching 2 minutes left first half. Reinhardt posting up. Nice pass inside.
Gus Johnson.
To the basket, Darian Clark missing an open layup, and he comes up a little.
He better get up on him from USC.
40-29. Jovanovic for the foul line. The points for the Titans. A 3. That's way off the mark from Elijah Stewart. But on the offensive glass, Nikola Jovanovic.
Going to get better game to game, but over the course of 5 or 10 games, you're going to see that arc, and he's going to be, well, Andy Enfield used to work on Wall Street, right? Trending upward.
Well, there's a lot on McLaughlin's plate. You know, he had to handle the press that time, did that well. He's got to set the offense, got to decide when to shoot, when not. So it's going to take time. Well, Jackson came from a long ways away. He didn't
6 from outside the arc, including Bamba, who's hit both of his shots. In fact, Bamba is perfect. 3 for 3 and 2 for 2. Nice roll. 41, Portland State had only scored 9 points over the last 9 minutes. McLaughlin, tough pass inside. Jovanovic, step back, 15-footer.